Hello YouTube, Showdown here. We're going to be doing a live OU match versus some guy from Showdown. If you want to follow me, Twitter, Showdown, anywhere is fine. Just take a quick look at his team. Pretty bulky team, like with the Sylveon, the Mandibuzz, the Rotom, and the Ferrothorn. Probably Charizard X just because he has a Ferrothorn, would want to give the sun away from that. So I'm using a new team that I just genned. It has Raikou, Defiant Empoleon. We got a Mega Gardevoir. We got the Rockhead Tyrantrum because that's finally released. We have an Entei and then a Porygon Z. So I'm going to be leading off with my Raikou, I believe, just because it matches up well against his entire team. I can Volt Switch off anything. I can Volt Switch off anything because even if he leads off as Raikou, I can then see if his is Scarfed or not because mine is. Or maybe I can just double out. I'm not entirely sure. So let's lead off with the DM Bobcats, a nice Raikou, as he leads off with the Rotom Wash. Alright. What does this thing want to do? Probably just wants to Volt Switch. Not gonna lie, probably just wants to Volt Switch. Maybe Willow. I'm not entirely sure. You know what? I'm gonna make a risk. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to Volt Switch out into my Mega Gardevoir, I think. Just on the off chance he wants to Will-O-Wisp. Just on the off chance he wants to Will-O-Wisp, predicting my switch out into, like, my Tyrantrum or something. I'm going to go out into a Gardevoir. Even if he does Volt Switch, I can still take it pretty nicely because I do have some special bulk in it. Okay, so he does decide to Volt Switch. That's fine. And that did a good chunk of damage, actually. We're just probably going to go on the Ferrothorn if I was him. That's probably the best play, unless he fears me having Hidden Power Fire, which, you know, it's a possibility because I did bring it in really boldly. But nope, he does bring out the Ferrothorn. That's fine. Do I have Focus Blast? That's the thing. No, I have Will-O-Wisp over Focus Blast. That's right. I put Will-O-Wisp on this set. Probably just going to either set up Rocks or Gyro Ball. I probably could Will-O-Wisp, but I want to safe switch out into my Raikou. He might double out into his Rotom at this point in time, or he'll just take this opportunity, set up his Rocks, maybe go for like a Thunder Wave or something. I don't know. So bring out Entei as he Leech Seeds. Alright, that's fine. Fair game. This gives me an opportunity to just freely Sacred Fire pretty much everything on his team. Even Charizard won't appreciate taking that. Do I have Rocks on this team? I don't think I have Rocks on this team. I don't have Rocks on this team. Probably have to change that. But, I could Stone Edge predicting. He goes for the Protect. Alright. I was close to clicking Stone Edge predicting the double out into Charizard, but kind of figured just based off his team that his Ferrothorn would have Protect on it just because that's what the Stolly teams do. Anyways, if he's going to double out right here into his Entei, what do I want to double out into? I mean, you know what? I'll just stay in here and just click Sacred Fire again, even though he won't stay in here. He's going to go out and do his Charizard. I just didn't want to... Flint's... No, he goes out into Mandibuzz. That's interesting. Must be physically defensive. But I get a burn, which is nice, just because of that 50% chance. And I'm taking more Leech Seed damage. I don't like that, though. I don't like that. But the burn is canceling out the Leech Seed recovery. He's going to Roost right here, probably. Is he going to foul play, though? I'm going to go out into my Gardevoir again. I'm going to just go out into Gardevoir, play it safe. Although he does have a nice check to that in the form of Ferrothorn. I probably should stick Hidden Power Fire on here over Energy Ball. But I think I have Energy Ball on here just in case I... Actually, no, Energy Ball's not really that important. I'll probably switch that sometime. But he does Roost as predicted. I really want to predict that Ferrothorn switch in and double back out into my Entei. Actually, what do I lose by doing that? I don't actually lose anything by doing that. I'm just going to do it anyways. Just because the Hyper Voice is pretty obvious, the Mega Hyper Voice, or at least a Moonblast of some sort. Maybe he doesn't care about that, and he's just going to stay in here in Dark Pulse, or like Foul Play or something, but I do think that the switch out into Ferrothorn's coming. As he does pull a cheeky double. Can I see the Ferrothorn? Yes, there it is. Alright, so I did get that prediction correctly. As he does decide to double out into his Ferrothorn. Um, Once again, he's gonna protect here. There's no reason for him not to protect. There's to protect. It's times like this that I wish I had Flare Blitz, but because I do have to play relatively conservatively with my PP with Sacred Fire, he's not gonna stay in here. Although he might actually. I stayed in here. I made that prediction. I'm gonna stay in here just on the off chance he wants to stay in here and Leech Seed predicting my switch out because I did make that play that he'd bring in Ferrothorn. So maybe as he does stay in here, let's go. Let's just knock out that Ferrothorn real quickly. And with that gone, he pretty much has nothing to stop my Mega Gardevoir. He has nothing to stop my Mega Gardevoir unless, yeah, he really doesn't have much to stop my Mega Gardevoir. Kind of sucks to take a bit of unnecessary Volt Switch damage from the Rotom Wash, but I did want to play it safe with that, so he's going to bring back in the Rotom Wash. Speaking of Rotom Washes, here's this one, and I do want to keep this thing around for that Sylveon, because it will be nice with Sylveon. Is he going to Volt Switch or is he going to Hydro Pump? He could do both very easily right here. Well, looking at his team, Bubbles honestly is not going to be helpful whatsoever because it is a Defiant physical set. So, I mean, it could hit the Charizard, I guess, but Charizard is really the only thing the Bubbles is going to be useful for. Okay, so he does decide to go for Hydro Pump, so I did kind of get that correct with that. So, that's cool, I guess. But now he's going to Volt Switch. What is he going to Volt Switch out into, though? Charizard? No, I wouldn't go out into Would he go out into Charizard? Would he go out into Raikou? I don't know what he'd go out into. I want to click EQ predicting the Raikou switch in. I'm going to do it. This is where the risk comes in. Is that Specs? Is that Specs Rotom Wash? That might be Specs Rotom Wash. I mean, it kind of makes sense why I did so much damage, but here comes the Raikou. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Making all the plays. And Defiant Empoleon is really good, especially Life Orb Defiant Empoleon, max attack and stuff like that. If he gets in on it is pretty much like the UU Bisharp, except of course it doesn't have that priority Sucker Punch, but it's still pretty good. And he's gonna bring back in this thing. I'm thinking this thing's choice in some way. Maybe it's Scarfed. But nonetheless, I'm gonna take this opportunity to SD up. He is going to Volt Switch. That is unfortunate. I really have nothing to do but to take this Volt Switch. See if I can. I can't. He scores a crit. Crit might have mattered. Maybe. If it's Scarfed, it mattered. If it's Specs, it didn't. But either way, I get to see what he wants to bring in here. Even if I would have lived, I would have been at +2, which would have been nice, and I could have gotten an Aqua Jet off of anything I wanted to, which would have been nice, especially if he would have brought in that Charizard, especially if that would have been Charizard X. But what are you going to do? Hacks is part of the game. Speaking of which, I think he's going to bring in Mandibuzz. If I was him. Maybe Sylveon. I don't think he'd bring in Charizard. Because I have things to deal with Charizard. So... Sylveon or Mandibuzz, which one is he going to bring in? I mean, he could bring in Charizard, I suppose, because it is at full HP. I don't have Stealth Rocks up. Speaking of which, he doesn't have a spinner on his team. No, he has a Defogger in the form of Mandibuzz. Never mind. I was going to say he has a Charizard and no Defogger, or Rapid Spinner, but no, he has a Defogger in the form of Mandibuzz, so at least I know that's that. He's going to bring out Ace, which is his Charizard. Okay. Cool. I'll bring in Tiny Tim. Ha 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 ha. The nice misnomer. Rocket Tyrantrum is finally released. I'm so excited to use this thing. So yeah, let's just go for that head smash here. You might be wondering why, because if it is X, as I think it is, this would be a terrible mistake. As it is X, I probably should have made the play and went for like Dragon Claw or something, but I just wanted to go for head smash because it's power. But anyways, I am Focus Sash, so I'm guaranteed to live any one hit. As he goes for the EQ, don't agree with that play. Would have went originally for like an X or a Dragon Claw or something. And I don't miss head smash, which was the biggest thing I had to worry about. And that Charizard just dies. I don't have to worry about that. So Tiny Tim is definitely putting in the works. I love that Tyrantrum so much. And when I heard he got Rockhead, Like way back when, in the very beginning, I was so excited, and now that it's finally released to the general public, it is just like so cool, so great. Anyways, he's gonna Volt Switch off right here. I might be able to live that, actually. I am able to live that. So now something dies. Now something dies. I think it is Scarfed, just based off that damage, because I do believe Specs would have killed me. I do believe Specs would have killed me, so it's a Scarfed Rotom Wash. That's fine. I don't have to worry about that. Penelope is that Sylveon coming in here. And I miss. I miss Head Smash. It sucks, but I do believe I outspeed the Sylveon unless the Sylveon has some speed investment. Even if it does have speed investment, I think it takes a Scarf to outspeed me because I have max speed. Do outspeed the Sylveon because I think the Sylveon's like base 30 speed or something like that. Unfortunately, though, I do not manage to OHKO it because I am a Jolly. I am Jolly, so. Right here, do I want to predict the Protect in DD? Because if I predict the Protect in DD, that could prove to be very beneficial. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be real and predict the Protect. Because it makes sense for him to Protect. It really does make sense for him to Protect. And he really loses nothing for me protecting because of the range of HP that I'm at if he decides to. The match was forfeited. Okay. That works too, I guess. So thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.